Are you ready to cook? Let's cook some cheesy chicken skillet. So we're going to saute a third of a cup of onions and a third of a cup of bell peppers in a tablespoon of butter and adding about a tablespoon of minced garlic. Now, these onions are onions that I had diced and prepped earlier, so they're still a little frozen. I'm just going to beat on them a little bit. Let them saute until they're softened. I'm going to add a can of Rotel tomatoes and a bag of already steamed riced cauliflower. 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. We're going to mix that up really well. Now this is chicken broth I've made last year, so I'm going to add about a cup of it. Now we want that to mix well and boil down and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. We want that cauliflower to soak in all those nice, wonderful flavors. Usually takes about 5 minutes. Now we don't want it to be soupy, but if it looks like it's getting a little dry or all the liquids evaporated, then go ahead and add a little more chicken broth. Now I'm using half a rotisserie chicken that I've chopped up and we'll add to this. It's going to be a full dish, but it will hold all the ingredients. This is about a 10-inch pan. Now, if you don't have a rotisserie chicken, you will need to have already cooked your chicken before you start this recipe. But having cooked chicken in the freezer that you can pull out and put in the refrigerator sure comes in handy. Just keeping it mixed. Check on that liquid again. If it needs a little more, add it now. Don't want it soupy, just don't want it to dry out. Now the next thing is cheese. It's going to take about 2 cups of cheese. I use whatever cheese I have on hand. So I have medium cheddar and pepper jack. I shred my cheese myself. The shredded cheese you buy in the store has a waxy coating on it. And when I buy it in blocks and shred it myself, I find that it just melts down so much easier. A lot of your low-carb recipes do use a good bit of cheese. So this is a Pinterest recipe. It's called Cheesy Keto Mexican Skillet. Now, I made this recipe earlier in the week, and we really enjoyed it. Now that when I add my cheese, we're going to put a lid on to help that cheese go ahead and melt. It's almost ready. That cheese needed just a little bit longer. Doesn't that look so yummy? We enjoyed it so much we cooked it earlier that this is the second time this week I'm making it. I had a lot of leftovers this week and I didn't want to waste the food, so I decided to go ahead and make this dish again to freeze so we could have some convenience meals in the freezer. So I'm going to scoop this up into 2 dishes and let it cool. And then I'll put the lid on and vacuum seal it, not all the way so it will crush the container, but just enough to get the extra air out. Now, to the best of my calculations, this dish is about 8 servings and comes out to be about $1.56 per serving. I don't think that's too bad, especially for a low carb meal. Low carb meals usually are a lot of meat and or a lot of cheese. So this dish didn't take that long to make, provided me with a convenience meal or two convenience meals in the freezer, helped me not waste any food. I think it was a win all the way around. Let me know what some of your favorite dishes are. Do you have convenience meals that you like to put away in the freezer? Do you have shortcuts you use other than rotisserie chickens? And I'm always on the lookout for a good low carb recipe. So please share your thoughts in the comments below and give me some ideas of things I can try. So I think I've mentioned this is a Pinterest recipe. I'll make sure that the recipe is linked in the description below. And three of the food preps that I like to keep in my freezer I actually used in this recipe. My diced onions. I did not use my sliced peppers, but I did use sliced peppers, just ones I bought. My own shredded cheese, and a rotisserie chicken. Go get that last bit of goodness in those dishes. I hope you try this recipe. Let me know what you think, and I hope to see you soon. Please like, share, and subscribe.